Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Sorry about the bit of delay. My computer kept telling me that I didn't have Zoom loaded on my computer. It was like,
oh man,
seriously? We use it all the time. You know, technical difficulties. Hi, Linda. Haven't seen you for a while. Anybody, please feel free to unmute if you would like. I'll keep an eye out for anybody else that's joining.
you guys.
Nice to see faces to match with names. So,
are you Candace?
I am. Oh, sorry. I need to rename myself. Let me do that too. Well, my technical difficulty threw me off there. There. That's better.
Why?
Oh, wait, one more minute.
Oh. Okay.
So how are you all doing? Have you had a chance to look at the exhibit online? What do you think?
It's like being in the room.
Isn't it? It's really cool piece of software. It really is.
What's the format going to be? I have no idea what to expect.
Well, we're going to keep this as simple and light as possible. Hopefully have fun, have a chat with each other. I have a slideshow put together of your work. And when I come to your piece, if you would like to read the little, you know, statement that you sent me, then you certainly may do that. Some people can't make it tonight and I will read their piece. You can read along with me. And I just wanted to have a chance to say hi, thank you. I mean, we had 50 artists send in submissions. It was absolutely amazing. When the art committee and I reviewed them, you know, they were all just wonderful. There was nothing to pick or choose or say no that, you know, you don't deserve to be here. It was just great. And like everybody gets a 2-month exhibit and then we'll be on to the next set that will take us right through the summer. So that's fantastic.
So will the public be on this Zoom also?
We made the Zoom link for registration available to the public, but right now it's on Facebook Live as well. The connection to YouTube did not work, but it's on Facebook Live right now as well. So I left it open to anybody that wanted to join. I sent it out to the art committee and the artists first. So that's how we did that. And hi, Amber.
There, found the unmute. Hi, how are you, Candy?
Good, pretty good.
Good. Are you open to the public now at the library?
No, not yet. That's all under discussion. We aren't open to the public. We have computer appointments. We have printing and copying appointments, local history appointments, and appointments in the children's department for families right now. And answering lots of questions and helping people find what they need and get books and things like that. So that's what we're doing right now. And actually, you guys get to actually see the reference department office. It's usually behind the wall when you come in on the 2nd floor. So sneak peek.
I don't know if I've ever been in the Bangor Public Library.
Well, you'll have to come visit when we open up.
I know I've been to Orono as a student 3 times, and I don't know if I've ever been in the Bangor Library. Is it old?
Part of it is. Yep, we have a little a video of the interior and things on our website. I think it was after the 1911 fire. 12, 13, that the older part of the building was built. And it's been added on, and it's a great big huge combination of, classic and modern architecture that we have here now. So,
but isn't the library unique? Well, not it is unique, but special in that for a small city, the circulation in the Bangor Public Library is like among the highest in the country. It's really very active and used by many people.
Yeah. We also serve as a regional hub. A lot of people don't know that. We have 3 in the state, and Bangor is a regional hub for all the libraries from northern Maine, eastern Maine, and down through mid-coast Maine and the islands, from mid-coast Maine over, providing interlibrary loan services and any other support that they may need to provide a wide range of services, like, from if you visit, what'd you say, Orono Library?
Yeah.
Yep. So, but
other anyway.
The
university library anyway.
Oh, yep. But it serves a larger purpose than a lot of people even realize. So it's a great place. I'm glad that I'm here.
Are all of you from the Bangor area?
I am.
No.
I actually, so speaking of the Bangor Library compared to the University of Maine Library, I moved back to Maine to write my master's thesis in art history, thinking I could use the university library. Sorry, that's my niece and mother and brother out in California who have joined us today.
Oh, let me.
But I found more references actually in Bangor than I did at the Orono Library, which was really amazing.
Wow. Where's everybody from?
I'm from Falmouth.
You're from Falmouth.
Yeah, and I have not been to the Bangor Library, but I definitely want to get there.
Yeah.
So I'm from, my name's Eddie Harrow, not Maxine.
Oh.
Right. I live in Dedham. I've been in Bangor for 40 years, but I grew up in the Bronx, the other part of the Bronx from where J-Lo grew up, but just down the street from Penny Marshall, the actress who also produced and directed A League of Their Own. But I've been here since 1975.
While Eddie Maxine is talking, I'm going to go grab something and show you that we've been coveting ever since Eddie had a show actually physically in the library. I'll be right back.
And I grew up here, Patti. I grew up in Orrington and then now live in Old Town.
And I grew up in Hamden, now live in Bangor. So probably at the age of 4, I first started going to the Bangor Public Library. So I've watched it grow as I've aged.
Wow, cool. Amber, where are you from?
I'm originally from Aroostook County, but now I'm in the Bangor area.
So you guys are mostly local then?
Yeah, we had some entries from all over the state, down the Brunswick area. Of course, you said Falmouth. It was really nice surprise to see the people that responded to this. So this is actually one of Eddie's, it's not the piece that's going to be in the show tonight, but this is one of Eddie's carvings.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What kind of wood is it?
It's basswood, and it's based on a netsuke, which is the small ivory, Japanese ivory carvings, and then sort of blown up, obviously, to size. But Japanese people from China, Southeast Asia, Indonesia, India, fabulous carvers. Marvelous carvers. The netsukes are done primarily in ivory. That obviously is not ivory.
No, I don't think Eddie would have let us keep it if it was. So it's patiently waiting for the doors to open and him to come take his fish home. But it's been great sitting on the reference desk for a little while now. So, and Amber had done art journaling workshop for us a couple of years ago. And just as we were getting ready to do another art journaling workshop here at the library, COVID shut us all down. So it's nice to see you. And Linda, you've exhibited here. It's nice to see you as well. And Necia's right in there. Nay, that's Necia right there. So, and it's just wonderful. So anything else, any other questions anybody has or comments, or like I said, this isn't very formal. I just want to keep it light and happy and just not get you Zoom fatigued any more than you already may be.
It's been a day already, so.
I spent the day on Zoom, yeah. As you reopen, do you think the next 2 exhibits might be open to the public?
No.
Okay.
No. I don't know toward the end of the last one. We'll just have to see. I know that administration here is really starting to talk about what opening will look like, how we will do it. One of the things that's happened is that we usually have 4 desks in this office. So right now we only have 2. So staff has been spread across the building. And so where people used to be able to go, we now have staff working in those areas. So there's lots of things to consider. There's Necia. Hi.
Hi. I finally made it.
You did a good job. Yeah, it's good.
I just want to let you know I have to leave a little early. I have another Zoom.
Yep. All right. Well, I am going to share my screen and get this slideshow started.
I don't like anybody.
David Bergquist's Long Night's Moon. To the Maine farmers of long ago, the long night's moon of December shone as a beacon of hope over a winter landscape cloaked in darkness. They knew within time that the earth would foster new life and bounty. No prolonged dark pandemic could conquer renewed light and life. They went about their daily chores, symbolized by the vintage truck in the bottom right-hand corner of the painting, and optimistically look toward new days to come. The moon showed up in many, the evening and the moon showed up in many submissions. It was interesting to see. Here's Francesca's. Would you like to read that?
Sure, or I'll paraphrase it anyway. I've always found hope when I visit the ocean. So this year, of course, coming back to Maine, I had been in Savannah and I decided to come back to kind of stay with my mother during the pandemic. And I've been doing a lot of painting. So the house is full of different paintings of Maine and just the solitude of the state and being here and feeling safe. It's been a wonderful experience.
It's beautiful. It makes me want summer and get down to the shore.
Yeah, this was actually in January, so it's as beautiful in the winter as it is in the summer.
I'm from off the coast, so. Right. We had several clients for the Amicus support group for adults with developmental disabilities.
Yeah.
So this one is anonymous, and he titled, or she titled it, My Tree. Tree grows from the ground, reaching the sky. Hope reaches the heart the way the tree reaches for the sky. And there's Eddie's.
Yeah, I'll read my sentence. A pair of geese rising from a marsh, flying together, symbolize for me the hope of a brighter future. And just a couple of words about perhaps about how I do it. I start with an image, either a photograph or something I see when I'm walking. And then I take the image. I usually take it down to Bangor print now and have them blow it up to a bunch of sizes till I figure out the size that I want. Then I glue up a panel of wood, take the image and put it on top of carbon paper, which I've overlaid on the wood. I usually use basswood because it's the favorite carving wood. That's the wood you see in of all the marvelous images of the saints and the triptychs in the cathedrals. Then I take that image, take a stylus, outline the image directly by pressing on the carbon paper, and that way I transfer it on to the wood panel, and then I do my carving with a series of gouges, chisels, and rotary drills.
How long does it usually take you to complete a piece?
It can be 50 to 60 to 70 hours. And if I do a big piece, I've been able to do some very big pieces. Some of them take hundreds of hours.
Eddie, don't you have a piece at Eastern Maine Medical?
Yeah, I have a piece which is the history of Bangor in the cafeteria at Eastern Maine. I have a piece in the Penobscot courthouse. I have some in several schools in Maine, and I have several in my synagogue here in Bangor, Congregation Bethel.
Renata, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes.
Hi there.
Hi. I forgot that I had sent you this text there. It's a lot of this is about the technique. This is watercolor on UPO, and UPO is a plastic film with no tooth, and it doesn't absorb any water. And so the watercolor really moves around it very freely, and it responds to gravity and wind and sun and any kind of intervention by the artist. And it's a very slow and meditative process, and you have to wait until the water is evaporated for the final painting to be there. And it was the perfect thing to do during the first COVID confinement last year in the summer.
Do you have problems with it adhering after the water is evaporated?
No, it adheres well. There's some binder in the paint that is enough for the pigment to adhere to the UPO. But if you wetted it now, you could rub most of it off again, but it won't flake off, it won't rain off the painting.
Do you fix it with anything when it's fully dry?
No, nothing.
Pretty. Nancy Klein. A beautiful day. In this terrible time, seeing nature assert itself with blooms in an untended garden causes hope to bloom in me. Not too much longer, we'll be seeing flowers by rock walls and everywhere.
I saw pussy willows a couple weeks ago.
Did you really?
Yeah, up here, yeah. They're just starting.
I'm waiting for dandelion greens. I'm old school, so.
If you walk along the river walk in Brewer, you can start to see some pussy willows.
Still lots of snow in the woods.
Mm.
Yeah. Diane is actually stuck in St. Petersburg, Russia. She's exhibited here before, and I was happy to see that she sent us a piece. In a night of insomnia during a cold snap of now 2 warm winters, I kept getting up and going to the window to see if it had begun to snow. My only comfort when I feel unprotected. I couldn't see it as the window had fogged up, but it was finally snowing. Patti, there you are.
Yeah, I'm here. As you might know, I'm actually a science teacher here in Farmington, and a few years ago I took a calligraphy class from a local sign maker, Mike Monahan, and it was such a lovely class, and he was such a lovely man. And so after practicing many letters and all this stuff, I did this little doodle on a small piece of watercolor paper, and then I was really fascinated by illuminated lettering, having seen the Book of Kells in Dublin once. And so I just sort of doodled around, and I was really down at that point in the political cycle. And so this was my feeling, you know, that there would be hope again one of these days. So it was an obvious choice, but I thought maybe it was too obvious.
No, it was great. Another client of Amicus. All of their paintings came out so well this year. Gregg S submitted the Dance of Hope. Springtime is the season of hope. It does feel like spring when you look at that, doesn't it? Sharon Murphy, Hope is Healing. The light shining through the Queen Anne's lace symbolizes hope and the healing nature of a hopeful heart. We had several photographic submissions as well. And Thompson Schutz.
Would you like me to?
Did I pronounce your last name correctly?
Yeah, I say Schutz. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I have a few more words too. These spring flowers represent hope as the frigid, unwelcoming days of winter change into zestful spring life. Vernal Variety explores contrasts, including the transformation of the darkness of winter into the lightness of spring. The varied shapes and positions of the flowers echo human gesture and expression. Organic patterns speak to a revival of the rhythm of life. Buds and the opening of blossoms suggest anticipation and optimism for what's next.
Is this a collage?
It's an acrylic painting, and I went with very simple shapes of color.
It's an interesting piece, and as you said, Eddie, you know, the art committee too, we're looking at it like it looked the way you laid the paint. It does look like some sort of a collage. Linda, another moon.
Well, I was on my way to mail a letter across the street and happened to be out just as it was a harvest moon night and looked up and saw the moon barely clearing the church steeple. Mailed the letters, dashed back across the street and thought, well, I'll get a picture of that. It's kind of pretty. It's rather nice. And this church has been in the neighborhood since, I think it was built in 1883, or it's quite old. Been active until recently, like so many mainline churches. The parishioners have aged and the people attending church have diminished, so they had to close. And I was worried that the structure would be, you know, in danger, gone. But the Thomas School of Dance owner, Tracy, bought it. So young girls and maybe grown men, I don't know, but people dance there now to a different sort of tune. But so it just, yeah, a new life for this church.
That's lovely.
Thank you.
That it, you know, that architecture and history is undergoing a transformation, but it's still going to be here.
Yes, I think you lose, if you don't understand history or the history of your place or yourself, then you lose a lot of who you are. So it's nice to see. And I was here when they did urban renewal. And of course, many of us complain about that a lot. But so I think the attempt now is to save some of these older buildings and show them some respect.
It's,
yeah,
excuse me, can I just add something?
Yeah.
It's really an amazing building. Cassie Pillsbury bought it, Thomas School of Dance, and I've been taking tap classes with her for a long time, and also shortly in this building before COVID came. And it's just magnificent, and the sanctuary is just absolutely stunning. And so it's great that this building is being used different way than before, but also with a lot of joy.
Lighting on the roof is just beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to say that we're trying to do our Throwback Thursday images from our historical collection here, our photograph collection. And when we put out a picture that shows something that is no longer here because of the fire or urban renewal, oh my goodness, the comments on our Facebook page, it's quite strongly opinionated. Why did they tear that building down? So, Amber.
Yes, as soon as I received your email about the Hope gallery, virtual gallery, I started working on this piece. And I originally thought I was gonna have a bird in her soul area, because I thought about how hope seems like an internal process, and I just let it evolve until eventually it got to the candle, which I kept struggling with. But yeah, it's a mixed media piece. There's acrylic paint and spray paint and gold leaf, and then I put a lot of stitches in with a sewing machine at the end. And I thought about this process of like, this past year has been a lot of taking all these different pieces and mending hope together.
So, and it's on a canvas?
It's not, it's actually on paper, mixed media paper.
Oh, okay.
How big is the piece?
18 by 24.
It's beautiful. I love the various patterns you have going on, and the echo of the flame and the forehead. It's beautiful.
Thank you. It's so strange that you said there was so many moons in the gallery or in the submissions, and I felt like she looked like a moon at the end, and that was not my intention. I thought it was moon-like, so that's interesting.
So how do you get the, what did you call the sewing machine? The sewing
I put
machine?
it through the sewing machine. Yeah.
I just put it through there. Okay.
Yeah, I use a jean needle and I just sew on paper constantly. I don't think I hardly ever sew fabric. It's always paper.
And the paper holds the stitches and the fabric.
It does, yeah. As long as you use a jean needle, then you're good to go. You can pretty much put anything through the sewing machine. Yeah, I definitely given it a workout. And that's lace on the side that I just spray painted over. So that's how I got those layers. Thank you. I'm so glad you did Hope. It was inspiring.
Fred T, another amicus client, a place called home. Having a home brings hope for good things to happen. Jeff emailed me just a short time before we started that he couldn't make it tonight. Brighter days ahead. I was on top of Cadillac Mountain with my wife and friends when we got word that 2020, that was typo, my election had been called for Joe Biden. The sun angle, the election on the water, reflection on the water, and the play of the clouds above the Cranberry Isles all suggested brighter days ahead. And this is collage work.
Do you know, is it paper or fabric? It looks almost like a quilt.
I do believe it's paper. It does look like quilt.
Very three-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
I think he usually does watercolor and then cuts or tears it apart and reassembles it into these images that are, yeah, it has an interesting, almost tableau texture to it. But I think that's how I've seen some in the past that he's done.
I thought it was a quilt.
I think it's paper.
He has an exhibit at St. Joe's right now.
St.
I
Joe's.
wondered if that was the same person.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Necia.
Beacon of hope. A lighthouse is hope. Hope for the sailor, hope for the lost ship, and to me, hope for our future. I like lighthouses, and I like to see them preserved, the ones that aren't in use anymore. But when I took this picture, I didn't realize that the crescent moon was in the art. You very seldom see it that way. And then the evening star just above it. And that in itself kind of makes me feel this hope. Water isn't spilling. The moon is holding hope for the future, hopefully. Mm-hmm. This is actually the lighthouse at Ponce Inlet in Florida. It's acrylic painting.
And that's the end of the slideshow. Mm-hmm. Anybody else have any? Yes, give yourself a hand. They're absolutely beautiful.
Very nice.
Any other comments or questions for anybody?
It was very nice meeting you all and getting to know your work a little bit. Thank you for letting me participate.
I like the piece behind your head too, Francesca.
Thank you. That's another original.
Nice.
Yeah, this was a great way of organizing it. Thanks very much. It was great to see everybody's art.
It is. I'm thrilled to be able to have the platforms that we can try to continue our exhibit program as best we can right now. So hopefully in the fall, we'll be able to put out a call for artists for our regular rotation through we have 5 galleries here, the 5 galleries in the building. So
you have 5 art galleries?
Yep.
Wow.
If you haven't been to the Bangor Public Library, when it does reopen, you really should come see it. It's a beautiful building and the architecture is really outstanding. Not to mention the collection they have of books and some of the historic, I mean, if you like Book of Kells, they have quite a few reproductions that are pretty amazing.
Oh, wow. Diane Martin's just joining us from overseas. I do believe she's still overseas.
Candace, will you make sure to send us emails for the next Zoom exhibit so we can see the other artists present? I'd like to be a part of that if possible.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I would too, since my cousin is in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Nice. The 2 Millettes.
Yeah. She's just moved here from the Cape. So her daughter's at the Maine College of Art in Portland, and she's been an artist. I grew up with her, so she's been an artist as long as I remember. So it was really fun to see her submit something too. That was neat. Mm-hmm. She does a lot of fabric art quilt art like that. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah. I mean, that's a really good idea. That's something I probably should have done with the other two exhibits for this one. It didn't even cross my mind. I was focused on my 3 exhibits and getting everything, lined up and out. So thank you for that.
No problem. I just know Becky Krupke's presenting in another panel, and I kind of wanted to see what piece she submitted. So
yep.
I'm going to hop off, but it was very nice to meet everybody. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
and I'm sure I will see and talk to you soon. Absolutely.
Thank you all for attending. You've done some wonderful work, and it's just great. It's also great to see all of you that I've come to know over time and to meet the rest of you. So it's great.
Nice.
Thank you for putting all this together.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you, Candy, for organizing this and giving us a chance to show what we do.
All right, great. Well, Diane, we're going to be jumping off here now. I'm glad you did get a chance to join us. So, and next time I'll be sending out the Zoom invitation to all the artists that have submitted in case they want to attend. So that would be great.
Hi.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.